Hi, book besties.
What's up?
We are so close to February.
I know.
Yay.
Isn't it a leap year this year?
Yeah.
I think.
So does that mean there's going to be the 29th?
29th. Yeah.
That's weird.
I know. Every 4 years, baby.
I do, like, isn't February the shortest month?
Yeah, because it's normally 28 days.
So there's like
Yeah.
3-ish weeks. 3.5.
Yeah. Kind of
Oh,
weird. But yeah, I think it's a
means-
leap year, which means we have to watch that movie, Leap Year, or whatever
Oh,
it's
yeah.
called.
I've never seen it.
Me neither, but it's Amy Adams, right?
Oh, yeah.
We
I
should
love
watch
her.
that. Yeah, me
I love
too.
her. Well, hey, guys, we have a
Yeah.
fun episode today.
Yeah.
But before we start, since February is coming up, we want to talk about our
Mm-hmm.
February hopefuls.
Yes.
Sophia, what is one or two of yours?
I have had these books set on like my TBR for so long, and I'm just now able to like dive into the books that I want to read, because this entire past month has just been me rereading SJM.
Oh, yeah.
Which has been amazing. Like, I had the best time ever, but that meant I didn't read anything. I just reread. This entire past month was a reread month for me. But I really, really want to read The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young.
I wanna read it too.
I've been wanting to read that since like October or November,
Yeah.
and it's just been sitting on my now book cart, because I got a TBR cart for Christmas.
I need to get one of those. But
It was so much fun. Well, I messed up building it, but
Right.
yeah, I think I told you that.
Yeah.
So it took me twice as long, but it's done, and it's cute, and it's pink. And so it's,
you need to put bookish stickers on it.
I should.
That'll be
That's
cute.
so well, I have so many, because when we did our like book club, we all got like book
Yeah.
stickers, and it got like 50 plus from our friend Tatum.
Yeah, right.
So I have lots of book
So
stickers.
many.
So that's definitely a hopeful for February, but I also think it'll be an easy read. I think it's maybe, well, let's be honest, after reading Kingdom of Ash, which is almost 1,000 pages, I feel like anything under that feels like an easy read.
I can't.
So I'm excited for that one. That's definitely high up on the priority list. And then I also really want to start getting into Cassandra Clare's kind of world of books. So I think the first one
Who's
I'm going to
that?
read. So she's the one that wrote the City of Bones series.
Right. Okay.
But
okay,
she has
okay.
all these other like series that are within that universe.
Oh, fun.
And I really want to read. It's called. I forget which one is first, but it's like The Infernal Hours is one of them, and I forget the name of the other one, but the first book of that series that I'm going to read is called Clockwork Angel.
Cool.
So I want to get into that, but it's a whole nother fantasy world. So I might need to like reset my brain maybe with a couple like romances or whatever. I think we've talked about that in the past before jumping into a whole new world. But those are definitely ones I really want to get to.
Nice.
But we'll see.
New-ish authors.
Yeah,
like we know them.
definitely new to me for sure.
Yeah, new to you.
So yeah,
Cool.
I don't know. What about you? What are you thinking?
Well, Lynn Painter has a book called
Mm-hmm.
The Do-Over, and it's very Valentine's Day. Like, the book is
Yes.
hot pink.
I love
Like,
that. I love that.
I want to put that as number one
Yeah.
for sure. It's cute.
You know what? I was just gonna say I don't know of too many books that are like Valentine's Day themed. So that's a perfect.
That
That's
might be a good
read.
one for our book club.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Gonna mark
And
that
we
down.
love Lynn Painter.
Yeah, we
She's
do.
coming out with...
The sequel to Better Than the Movies. I'm really excited for that one.
Maybe I'll do a Lynn Painter reread.
Yeah.
Like, young adult. That might be fun.
Do it. She's a great
Yeah.
author.
Cool.
What else? What else are you thinking?
I
I'm like looking at your shelf right now.
am, guys. I built a bookshelf over there by IKEA. I don't want to talk about it. The stress. I don't know.
I'm like looking at your
looking too.
shelf. You should read.
Maybe I'll try Happy Place. Maybe I'll do like a pink theme.
That would be really cute. I will say, I think we've talked about this in the past with like the idea of like right book, wrong time.
Yeah.
You could try it again,
I
but
might.
it is also a very like spring, summer read. So if you're not quite
That's
feeling
true.
it, like it's okay to like
Yeah.
maybe wait. But you're right, you could just do like pink books. That could be kind of
I know.
cute. Yeah.
I
Well,
was thinking of Unmaking of June Farrow too.
we could buddy read it.
You mean you're gonna finish it in a day and I'm gonna take a week? Okay, that's our buddy reading.
Let's be fair though, you did finish Ruthless Vows before me.
So
We have broken the record, I guess, or the streak of me finishing books before you.
I know.
So you never know.
Amen.
You never know. It could happen.
We'll
You read it.
I don't know, girl. Sophia's kind of a freak in that way. It's fine.
Oh, wow.
In the best way. A freak in the best way. She's so, guys, you have no idea how fast she is at reading. Like, I will talk to her one day. She'll be like, yeah, I finished that like 3 hours ago. And I'm like, wait, well, you just started it 3 hours ago. No, I know.
I need all of our listeners to understand, though, like, because I've talked to you about this. I've talked about this, like, on my book talk a little bit.
Yeah.
I am able to read at my job and also, like, on my commute to my job. So I feel very lucky, and, like, I'm very grateful for that, because I'm not working a job that I'm able to just sit and read.
I know.
With, like, the kids that I watch. So, and they also love to read. Well, one of them loves to read. Let me put it that way. So I literally can just sit and read, and they're doing their own thing. You know, my job is to make sure they stay alive. I can do that and read, you know? And so I understand that's a very, like, unique position that I'm in, and I'm really grateful for that. But I also do read really fast. So that combination of me being just able to read at work on the 40-minute commute I have, and then I honestly, once I'm in a book, I get home after work and I just keep reading.
Okay, well,
so,
here's a question probably people are wondering. What, like, do you read every single word? Do you do it, like, do you skim a page?
It
like,
definitely depends.
Okay.
Well, when I'm doing a reread, it definitely, I'm absorbing the information, because it's like, oh, that information was already in my head. So it's a little bit more of a skimming process. I think when I'm reading a book for the first time, like, I do read every word, but sometimes my eyes skip forward a couple words. Yeah. And my brain can just fill them in. Like, it'd be really interesting to do another, like, test. Like, when I was in 4th grade, I did a reading test, and they were like, oh, you're reading at a college level. And I was like, oh, great. But it was the kind of test where you read it and then you answered questions about what you read.
Comprehension.
Right. And they were like, oh, yeah, but I was comprehending every word, and I still am with books now, but I do think that I kind of, there's portions where I do just, my brain just kind of, oh, there's the words, and, like, the order of the sentence makes sense to me, and I'm not looking at every single word. Okay. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, it just kind of flows.
Okay.
What about you, though? Like, are you thinking about how you read, or are you just, like, reading? Because I think I just kind of read. I can't really explain it.
I think when there's lots of description, I can kind of, like, grab a paragraph. So I, like, read the first sentence of a paragraph and the last one, and I'll be like, okay, they're talking about that. And then when it gets to the dialogue, I'll probably read the chapter before, like, word for word, to see where I'm catching up. Right. But I feel like the dialogue is just as important than the descriptive stuff. So, like, sometimes if I'm like, I need to know why this person needs to get there, and then they're talking about it. Yeah. So I'll try to fast forward a little bit, just like.
Also, a question with reading: do you find your eyes skipping to the bottom of the page? Like, I used to have to
stop myself.
Yeah, sometimes I go like this. No, literally, I'm about to dive into Crescent City 3. It just came out. Yeah. So that's about to happen. Which I'm so excited for. How many times on this podcast have I said that? But I'm literally planning on probably, like, covering up
the ends of the
pages or whatever, because my eyes do.
I know. I want to know.
So
I get anxious.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like my brain can't help it. I just skip down. So I really think I'm going to be covering up.
That's so funny.
Like the paragraphs to come.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think I agree with you with dialogue. I think my brain, I try to catch every single word when it's conversation.
Yes,
because every single word is important. If you miss something, then I'm like, wait, what just happened? Yeah. But descriptions, I think, are a little bit, like, wavy in that sense, where it kind of, you're just like, oh, this is the description, this is the vibe, I get it, like, I see it. Yeah. Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
LOL.
I know.
Well, we're gonna have some fun. Yeah. And we have a would you rather book tag.
Yeah.
Some of these are good questions.
I'm nervous for some of these.
Oh gosh. All right, Sophia, you go first. We're both gonna answer each question.
Okay. So number 1. This is already hard for me. Would you rather wait to buy the entire... No, let me start that over. Give me one sec. Would you rather wait to buy your favorite series / book in an edition that matches on your bookshelf, or read the book in any edition because you're desperate to read it?
Read it in any edition.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
This for me is have my cake and eat it too. And so I'm not trying to cheat, but I will explain to you what I mean by that, which is I've gotten books that I'm way too excited to read on my Kindle.
That's what I do.
Yeah. And then I will wait and get the book that matches.
Yeah.
And I think so. Okay. But excluding Kindle, take Kindle out of the scenario.
Okay.
I think I would still buy the book as soon as it comes out. If it's a book that I was desperate, like, let me put it this way.
Okay.
Not me going back to Crescent City 3, but I own the first 2 in hardback. The third one comes out in hardback. So I will have matching 3 books on my shelf.
Yes.
However, they are also currently in paperback. 1 and 2 are in paperback.
Oh.
If I had those in paperback instead, I would still buy the hardback. Does that make sense? Because I'm too desperate to read it. But there are other books that I'm like, oh, I can wait. That's okay. So I think it really depends on how excited I am for the release.
I know.
And grateful that we have Kindle to help us out with that situation.
Yeah, I know.
Because I've definitely done that. But I think if I had to, I would probably buy the first edition possible.
Yeah.
If I it was really down to the wire.
Okay, here's my thing. I recently read Never by Jessa Hastings.
Yeah.
You guys.
You were texting me your thoughts. Oh, man.
I'm not giving spoilers, but Jessa Hastings also wrote the Magnolia Parks universe, which, she's like, it's about young teens in London at a school, and it's very gossip girly, and she's just very good at romance and toxic relationships. Well, Never is fantasy, more romantasy, but I was like, I love Peter Pan retellings, one of my favorite. I was like, all right, this is going to be really good.
Yeah.
And I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
But I also did not hear the best things about this book. So I was like, do I spend the $26 on the physical, or do I read it on my Kindle for cheaper? I didn't feel the need to buy it.
Yeah.
But I really, really wanted to read it.
Right. You definitely were texting me your thoughts during that. And I don't have any current, like, I don't feel the need to read it. I feel like I've seen enough reviews that I'm like, I could put that off. I do want to read Magnolia Parks at some point this year. That's on my like 24 for 2024.
I think that might be a good one.
List. Also because I have a friend that has just hyped it up so much, and I'm like, I will read this for you. Like, I will. So I'm gonna try to get to it.
That's fine.
But I feel like if anything, I'd read that first before I read Never.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Throw me the next one.
Next one. This is a funny question.
Okay.
Would you rather crack the spine of a paperback or ruin a hardback's dust jacket?
Ruin a hardback's just jacket? A just jacket?
A just jacket.
A dust jacket. And you want to know why? Because I went through an era before I was a paperback girly. Yeah. And I for some reason got it in my head that whatever book I buy, I want it to look like a classic book on my bookshelf. Okay. So I kid you not, I would throw away the dust jacket.
What?
Yeah. Now, these were books I mostly thrifted, so I didn't feel that bad about it. Okay. But because I wanted to see just like the spine of the book, how it's like more classically written. Yeah. So I literally would throw away the dust jacket. This was me like years ago.
Poor dust jacket.
I know. Sad. And I honestly didn't end up reading most of those books. I think they're all re-thrifted, let's be honest. So would way rather ruin a dust jacket.
I want to cry when I see a cracked spine.
Me too.
I want to cry. It's so sad.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I can't do it. I have not cracked any of my spines.
Do you know how to stretch out a book?
Yes.
Yeah. I do that to all of my like thick books.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. I like when the book is already floppy.
Yes.
So I don't feel bad to like open it all the way up, and I'm like, okay, I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I can't. Or when like someone will take the book and then flip it. And just get a Kindle. Get a Kindle.
Here's my thing with people purposely breaking spines. And like, for me, if the spine accidentally cracks, okay, it's painful, but like it was accidental. Right? When people physically crack the book, I think you're actually breaking the glue that like connects the book together, like the actual binding of the book. And I've seen people talk about that where then pages can fall out. Like, because you've just completely like cracked open the glue in the binding. So for me, I think like, okay, an accidental crack in the spine, like it's painful, but it's okay, right? I would never, in a million years, just like,
I know,
do like chiropractor work on a, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, your turn.
Okay, let's see the next one. Okay, would you rather read a book? Why can't I not read today? Good Lord, I'm a reader. Why can't I read? Would you rather read a series as they come out or wait until all books have been published and then binge read them?
Oh, binge.
Yeah?
Binge.
Yeah.
I see how fun it is to like wait for the next, but I'm like, it's hard to like avoid spoilers and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait.
Yeah. I think because you and I are both getting into like the reading game like now, and there's a lot of series that we both want to read that are finished. It's kind of nice because we don't even have to think about it. We can just read them. However, I'm okay with waiting. I don't love it. Obviously, like I would love to know what happens, but I feel like there is like a little bit of excitement in the
fun.
waiting. And I felt that way. Like kind of an interesting comparison is I love Marvel movies, and I remember the waiting and the anticipation when Infinity War came out, and then we had to wait for the next for Endgame. And like
it was worth it.
As much as I hated that entire like year of waiting, there was something fun in the like anticipation of it, and like a bunch of fans, we all felt kind of the same way.
It was fun.
So I think I would rather binge, but I'm okay with waiting. Like, you know, it's there's excitement in it, you know, in that. So
yeah, that's fun too.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Would you prefer info dump on a world or magic system or a drip feed technique?
Okay. I think I'm okay with an info dump, but it needs to, like, I need reminders throughout the rest of the book of like, oh yeah, this is like what I said earlier.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think, okay, let me put this into an example that I think is like what you're saying, where it's like the, what was it called? Like the drip effect or whatever?
Drip feed.
A drip feed. I think that Fourth Wing, a lot of people loved Fourth Wing because they said it wasn't an info dump. And I didn't like it because, this is not really a spoiler, but there's sections where Violet, our main character, she, while getting through something difficult, has to like say history to herself, or it's like she like keeps herself calm. And people were describing that as not info dumping because it was like part of the story.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was too much. Like every little thing, she was like trying to climb up these, you know, these walls, or she was trying to like to, you know, keep her balance and her focus. And so she was just tossing out paragraphs of what clearly is the history of this world. And I felt like that was a weird mix of like, okay, it's info dumping, but also this like drip of like it. So I didn't like that. So I think if I had to choose, I would rather take an info dump, but also, yeah, just remind me throughout the book. Like, okay, this is, you know, this is what I said earlier.
I think there's a way that you can do it where like if the story needs backstory, like you can't continue the rest of the plot without a short info dump. Like somebody's talking to someone, is like, you need to know this before you go into this like quest or whatever. I like that, but like if there's some like cool nuggets that you need to find out later, give me the drip feed. You know, so like then you have a reason to keep reading, or like oh wait, oh my gosh, and then you like start flipping back. I think that's really cool.
I see that. I think I'm trying to think back on books that I've read that I've really enjoyed, and whether or not they're an info dump or like kind of scattered throughout. And I nothing comes directly to mind where I'm like, besides maybe Fourth Wing, where I'm like, oh, that was clearly an info dump, or that was clearly just the little like nuggets. You know?
Think Crown of Midnight is drip.
I would agree with that.
And then I think an info dump could be Sisters of Sword and Song.
Yeah, we do kind of get a decent chunk. There were a lot of chunks.
Well, there was also a lot of chunks.
There was a lot of myths. Well, or like references to myths and stuff. Which, remember when we were meeting Rebecca Ross, and she said that one of the things that she gave these like winners of a whatever, like or some of her, I forget what it was, but there was some sort of contest. And so some of these, some of the readers, she gave the myths. Like she told them what the myths were. Anyways, so I think that was kind of fun because, but I would agree that like that was a little bit more info dump, but I didn't mind it. Like it didn't stick out to me as like, oh wow, I just got a whole chapter of backstory.
I know. You know?
Yeah. All right, let's do the next one. Let's see here. Would you rather read 300-page books or one Beast book of 900 pages? I love the description of Beast book.
I know. It's great. That's
great. Yeah.
I call them bricks.
Me too.
I'll say I'll do 300 pages.
Okay.
Yeah. I think just my brain will absorb the information better than I might have to take some breaks with the 900-page book. But wait.
But are you saying 3, because I mean, I'm just adding to this question.
Yeah.
300 books of the same series, or just 3 random books?
Oh, wait. Are we talking about 300 pages?
3 books that are each like 300
pages, right?
Or 1 book that's like 900 pages.
3.
Okay.
I'll take the 3 books. What about you?
I might take The Beast. I think I could do it. I did it a little bit last year.
I know you can't do it.
I've done it. I think I could do it. I mean, it would depend on the book.
Yes,
but I've read
of course.
some amazing books that are, bricks, as we said.
How long will it take you to read a 900-page book?
It depends on the book, dude. Like,
okay,
that's the thing.
Is there, which one is
Kingdom of Ash is 980 pages.
How long do you think that
When I first read it, it took me maybe a week or so to get through it.
Okay, hold.
But
you said 982 pages?
80 pages, just 980. Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's give it a full week.
Okay, so you read 140 pages a day.
And there was some days that I definitely read like probably 200 plus pages of it or 300 plus pages, and some days that it was like, oh, I can pick it up for 50 pages.
Okay.
So I think for me that's I say very doable, but again, it depends on the book.
Doable. Okay.
It is doable. I think I would rather take the brick.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a fun one. Would you rather have dinner with your favorite character or author?
Man, it's weird because it separates the fiction from the reality.
I know.
It'd be almost like having dinner with a character in a movie or the actor of the character. I'm kind of like correlating it to that.
Interesting.
Probably maybe the character.
Yeah.
Because humans are imperfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that some of my favorite characters, I'm like, I would just love to have a conversation with you about like your life.
Okay.
And
so
get more backstory.
Who?
Probably Selena.
Okay.
Probably Selena.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much of her story that even though we have 8 books of her,
she's so cool.
I love her. Like, I'd probably want to know even more of her backstory.
Yeah.
Or just like, tell me of your adventures. Tell me of the adventures that I don't know about.
Yeah. Okay.
Versus Sarah J. Maas. I mean, it would be great to have a conversation with her, but I'm kind of like, but I think I want to have a conversation with the character that you created.
Aww.
I think.
Okay.
That's hard though.
Okay. I'll take a character as well.
Okay.
Can you guess who I want to have dinner with?
Oh. Sidra?
Yes. Wait. How did you know that? How did you know that was so quick? Sophia, that was too quick.
Well, you love her. I love her.
I know,
love her.
She's the best.
You love her a lot. You relate to her so much. I would love to know what you guys talked about, Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be Sidra, for sure. Yeah. Would Torrin be invited, or would he be a third wheel to that conversation?
I would probably ask him to come too. He can come for dessert.
He's a teddy bear, know.
I know. And maybe, is it Maisie?
Oh my god. Wait, I could babysit her while you
gosh,
guys are having dinner?
Okay. Okay. I love this. Rebecca. Again, if you're listening, this is how much I love Sidra. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Okay, ask the last one, Sophia.
Okay. Well, there's so many good ones. I'm trying to like go through because there was like at least 10 left. Oh, here's a good one. Okay. Would you rather have your favorite hero's powers or your favorite villain's powers?
I don't usually like villains, so I don't know. Okay, so I take a character's power or a villain's power?
Like a hero in a story
or
the villain. A hero or the villain, which power?
I'll take a hero.
Okay. Is there anyone in particular you're thinking of? It doesn't have to be. It could just be like the vibe. But
I'm thinking of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
For sure. What about you?
Probably, I think I would go with the hero as well. Although there's some villains there are certain villains that I'm like, that was a well-written villain because you love to hate them.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons you might love to hate them is because they're so powerful.
That's true.
And so it's kind of like, ooh, what would I do with that power?
Yeah.
But if what comes with the power is like the mindset, then probably not.
Interesting.
I don't know. I mean, I'm adding to the question.
Okay.
But I would probably also go with a hero.
Okay.
But, you know, I don't know. It'd be interesting. It would depend on the power and whether or not we get the like mindset with it.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Probably hero.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you have one more to toss at me or?
I'll give you one more.
Yeah.
I'll give you one more.
Yeah.
Would you rather read duologies, trilogies, / like a series?
Yeah.
Or standalones?
Probably a series, just because of the amount of time that I get. If it's well written, the amount of time that I get with certain characters, like, I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I've said this before. I love when an author knows when to wrap up a story.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I don't miss the characters and will want more of them.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like a happy little book.
Yeah.
You know, but I think, so I appreciate when an author knows like the story is done.
Right.
It's wrapped up, but I can still kind of selfishly be like, oh, I could have taken another book, you know, even if it's not that good. Like, even if there's no drama, give me a little bit more, you know. I think I'm going to go with the series.
Okay.
Yeah. So trilogy or beyond.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I will take a duology because I think it's right in the center of you'll have a little continuation, but it's definitely ending. So like you can have closure quicker than maybe like a 7 or 8 book series.
Yeah. It's a world you're diving into when you commit to a series like that. Yeah, I can see you with the duology vibe.
Yeah,
for sure,
I like it.
For sure. So guys, we are actually going to transition into something fun that we have been looking forward to, which is answering some questions from our listeners, which is so exciting. We're so grateful that we have, you know, people that actually are listening, first of all, which is great. And that they're actual like real people, and we're having conversations with them on Instagram. And so shout out to all of you guys. So I'm just going to throw a couple questions at you. Obviously that most of this episode has been questions, but yeah. So the questions I'm going to ask for this episode are from a listener whose username is just Frozen Library. So shout out Frozen Library. We also saw that you recently read Divine Rivals, which made us so happy, and like we almost like cried. We were like, oh my gosh. Like, so shout out to you. Thanks for listening. And so we've got 3 questions from this listener, and we're going to start off with how many books are on your TBR. So I'm going to expand that to like, you can decide if you're going to think into like, what's your physical TBR? What's like just books on your radar? Like, what would you like? I think we can expand on that a little bit.
Oh man. I mean, I think I can only see as far as like a month or 2. I'll probably say I can't like think specifically of how many, like a number. I'd probably say between 10 and 12.
Okay.
That are like, I'm maybe from now until March.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of that active, like what you can see.
And this can either be physical or Kindle.
Just like the books you're really excited to get to. Yeah. I'm going to also kind of answer in the realm of like the next couple months, like looking ahead, because as we all know, my physical TBR is pretty huge. So I think looking into the next couple months, there's probably like a good 15 or 20 that I'm like, I really want to get to you. Like I can look at those books and be like, I want to read you.
Cool.
I want to. Okay. Yeah. So I think, like I said, it's only, you know, possible to look forward a couple months. We've got an interesting one, which is, do you read reviews before buying a book?
100%.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I do, but I try not to take them too seriously.
That's true.
Because I do like to form my own opinion, but definitely the reviews help.
Yeah.
But I'm not like going to actively buy a book just based off of like Goodreads reviews, because we also know people on Goodreads are harsh, dude. Like, so let me put it this way. I'll usually purchase a book based off of like a booktuber's recommendation that I really love, or I know I have similar taste to.
Yes.
Or friends of mine that I know I have similar taste to. So off of their recommendations / like reviews, I think I would absolutely be interested in books like that. If it's just based off of Goodreads reviews, I would take that a little bit more with like a grain of salt, just because like it's hard to know, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we've got, what books would you love to see turned into a movie / series?
A River Enchanted.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that would just be like a duo of movies, like just one each? It doesn't need to be a series. It could just be like...
I think two is fine. Or Divine Rivals. I think...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I can just imagine like the costumes and like the scenery.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
I imagine kind of just like a rainy London vibe, you know.
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
we're not in London, we're in Oath, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, well, this is Sophia talking once again about SJM. Are we surprised? Throne of Glass would make an incredible series.
Like a movie? Or
series.
Are we talking?
I think we need a series because I think then it could be stretched out where like maybe each season's like 5 episodes, 5 or 6 episodes, and that's each book. Mm-hmm. You know?
I see that.
People are way more interested in an ACOTAR, not Avatar. An ACOTAR. ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses series.
Yeah.
But personally, I think I'd like to see Throne of Glass first.
I get that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know. Well, shout out to you guys. Please send us more questions.
Yes.
We are looking forward to kind of answering more as we go along.
Yeah, we're planning to do this more. Hopefully every episode will have some stuff from you guys. Literally ask us anything book related. You could ask us about us. Mm-hmm. We just want to get to know you guys, and we want you to know us too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we will see you later, guys.
Have a great Wednesday or whenever you're listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.